All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Raw Intuition Health Show. We got another great guest and another great topic for you today. I'm really excited for this one. We've got Katarina Campbell. She is an amazing guest here. I'm going to read you her bio. Let me pull it up here. All right, so Katarina has been on her healing journey for more than a decade now, so she has quite a bit of experience on this lifestyle. And in that time, she has lost 70 pounds and transformed her life by using raw foods and emotional healing, which is something that I think more people need to incorporate into this journey, is working on the emotional side of things because it can really impact everything else. So I'm glad that she's sharing that with people. Her passion for nutrition and psychology has led her to become an integrative trauma coach and a detox coach, and now she's helping other people become healthy in their own unique and authentic way. So we are going to be talking about 6 ways that you may be sabotaging your health on this journey. And so we're going to cover some of these things and help you hopefully avoid them, and so you can reach your health potential and your happiness that you desire. So let's bring Katarina in here. What's up, Katarina? Thanks for being here.
Hello, Matt. Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm so happy to be here. We've been planning this for a long time, so I'm so happy to be on your show finally.
Well, I'm honored to have you on, and yeah, we've been trying to get you on the show for a while now, and finally we found a day that would work. And so, yeah, Katarina's very busy and she's doing a lot of things out there. So, yeah, I'm excited to have you on the show. And we've already got Annie and Maria and Carl in the chat here. What's up, guys? Thanks for being here. And thank you for letting me know the sound is good, Carl. I appreciate that. We always need that reassurance that all the audio is working because you just never know. So yeah, as everybody knows out there, stick around till the end of the show and we're going to do a Q&A session. So get all your questions ready for Katarina, and myself, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. And somebody that does ask a question is going to win. There's some prizes today, guys. There's some prizes. So you're going to get to choose one of my ebooks, like always. Anybody out there, and if you have all 3 of my ebooks and you do win, maybe I'll throw out a raw intuition cinch bag or something like that for you this time. So, and then you're also going to get a discount. I'll let Katarina share what she's offering today.
Sure. Yeah. So what I have to offer is my transformation masterclass. You can always go watch that free, but also I can give away a special discount code for my transformation bundle, which is a bundle of my authenticity recovery course, the exercise video, my beauty routine video, and my favorite recipes, and most importantly, a membership in my group where you can get my personal support with whatever you're struggling with. So just DM me and I'm going to give you the discount code for the special getting into my course and transformation bundle.
All right, amazing. Well, thank you so much for offering that. And then we have a surprise gift for you guys as well. Whoever wins is going to get, so my friend Sherry Gittleman has a new book available, and she said that she wants me to offer this to the winner. So you're going to get a free PDF copy of Sherry's new book. Here, let me it's a pocket guide to picking fresh fruits and vegetables. I'm pretty sure that's the title. So be sure to check the chat box, and I think Sherry's gonna definitely confirm the name and the details. So yeah. So you're gonna get a lot of gifts and great things to learn and help you on your journey if you're selected as the winner. So stay tuned for that again, and also be sure to hit the like and subscribe button on this video, and be sure to go over. I've got Katarina's links all in the description box down below, so be sure to go follow Katarina on Instagram and YouTube and all those places. So All right. Well, let's start off the show as we do always every Sunday. We like to get a little background story of our guest. So, Katarina, if you wouldn't mind sharing, just how you got into this lifestyle, how you transform your life, and kind of some of the details and how that worked.
Yeah, sure. So my story started, my health journey started, I would say, 12 years ago. But even before that, I was just like playing around with starting to get healthy and stuff. But the raw vegan journey, I would say, started 12 years ago. Um, I was very sick, overweight. I was over 204 pounds. I think it was the last time I'm the highest weight I saw on the scale. And yeah, I lost 70 pounds. I was very sick. My medical file was always like huge, and I would just take the responsibility and give it to doctors to deal with it, and get rid of it to have them help me. So many medical issues, all organs. I mean, I would be here forever if I started saying that. So, but the I mean, the most important thing is the weight, because you cannot be healthy if you are overweight. That's just impossible. So, and not only my confidence got better, all the health issues and everything got better as well. However, when I started eating raw vegan, a lot of my issues improved, but there was the thing with not what I ate, but why I ate. I really struggled with why I ate. So I was changing what I ate, but why I ate stayed. So I kept losing the weight, and then I kept gaining and losing and gaining. And it wasn't until I did some deep emotional healing and looked at the stuff I didn't want to see, to finally keep the weight and feel good about everything that is going on with me and in my life. So that was the biggest thing in my health journey that happened to that helped me, the emotional healing as well. Of course, the raw vegan lifestyle is the best tool you can use for healing, but is it the goal? No, the goal is to have really happy, fulfilling, great life. And that's what I try to help people with achieve. So that would be my story. And now, well, my passion led me to become Integrative Trauma Coach and Detox Coach. I'm so passionate about psychology, probably more than nutrition. That's why I see everything through this lens of psychology, and I love digging into the problems and how to get into the root cause of things, and why do people do things they do, why do they do the behaviors they do, and that's really, really intriguing for me. So I view everything through this lens, and even things I'm going to be sharing with you today about self-sabotage are going to be viewed through this lens of emotional healing and what's behind everything, all these coping mechanisms, the root causes behind that.
That's amazing. And I could not agree more. Like we're very similar in that sense. Like I also look through that same lens of emotional, health and emotional intelligence, and then also just why. I love that you said it's not only what you eat but why you eat, because that is such a great question and something that I think everybody needs to ask themselves, to really get to the root of the results that they're getting, right? So, and to overcome some of those issues that they're facing. So yeah, wow, thank you so much for sharing that with us, and everything that you put out on your social media to help people kind of connect these dots and figure out where they might be overlooking some things that could help them on their path.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Well, we've got a bunch more people here popping in. Tessa, Mallory, Judith,
Okay.
Sherry. Sherry's here. What's up, everybody? Thank you again. everybody for being here. Again, keep your questions, ready for the Q&A. We're going to have a good discussion here, and then we can get to some of these questions. So, Katarina, do you want to just start us off with your first, kind of way that somebody might be sabotaging their health or their success on this path?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited about this topic. So excited. Oh, I could be here for hours.
Yeah.
But okay, well, the most common way I see people sabotage their health is that they eat too much.
Mm,
It's really that simple. It's they eat too much
yes.
and for wrong reasons. And that's what I struggle with in my life. And the people who come to me struggle with that too, because that's what I can help people with. So eating too much for wrong reasons, and no matter how healthy the food is, if it's healthy or unhealthy, it's still too much and you're crossing your body's boundaries. Of course, you're going to have different consequences and severity of consequences physically for eating unhealthy food versus eating something healthy like salad. So of course there are going to be different kind of consequences for that, but emotionally it's pretty much the same thing, like because you are disrespecting your body's limit. So, and why would somebody disrespect the body limits? And why would someone eat too much? That's what the question is, right? That's what I'm asking myself. And the reason is that it serves people in some way. It served me in some way. Always serves you in some way. The thing is, bad is never against you. It's for you. Your mind is always for you. The universe is always for you. And until you realize that, you're going to be trying to push that part away and not want to look at it. And in order to understand that, we need to understand that when you struggle with eating too much, you struggle with the why, not what. So the why you eat. And to understand self-sabotage, I would say that self-sabotage is a self-defeating force that acts against what we want. It's a thought, words, actions that we do that act against what we want. For example, we have the part of us. Well, I like to look at the self-sabotage through the concept of parts, which is like you have this part that wants to be healthy, and you have the other part that wants to eat too much, wants to binge, wants to eat things that are not good for you. So it's easier to look at self-sabotage this way, and I love looking at it through this concept of parts, which is you have a part that wants to be healthy, you have a part that wants to eat too much, and here's the part that wants to be healthy, knows how to be healthy, knows why to be healthy. But as long as we have this part here that puts the anchor down and puts brakes on everything, it doesn't matter how much you focus on the part that wants to be healthy, how many affirmations you say, as long as you have that anchor down and brakes on everything, you're not going to progress. And what you need to do is to pull that anchor out, so that all of you can go in the direction of the health. And most people don't want to look at this part. It's just so easy to focus on health. But what needs to be done is to turn your attention to the part that wants to eat too much, wants to binge, and really get curious about it. And it's really hard, really painful, because you have to face a lot of emotions as well. And what you need to do is to realize that there's a valid reason for that part to be doing all of these things. And when you know that there is a valid reason and it's trying to help you in some way, it's trying to serve you in some way, then you cannot really say that it's against you, can you?
Right.
So what I say usually is that the self-sabotage there's no such thing as self-sabotage, because all these parts are for you in some way. So, and if you get that, you kind of get curious about, okay, if it's for me in some way, how is it for me? How does it serve me? Um, and what you find out is when you turn attention to that part and get curious about it, connect with it and befriend it, you will find out that the part has valid reasons and has needs and limits that has been completely disregarded. Emotional needs, mainly, I'm talking about, has been completely disregarded. And of course, if you have a need or limit, you have only one option to do with that need, and that's to meet that need and not cross the limits, respect the limits, to be healthy. So if you want to be healthy, if you have a need and limit, you have emotional needs, you have one option, and that's to meet that need to be healthy and to not cross the limits. So what self-sabotage is and coping mechanisms are, you of course have to create some kind of a coping mechanism and adaptive strategy to cope with the life of not having those needs met and limits crossed constantly. So it's the pain of inauthenticity that we are dealing with and try to cope with so much, because knowing your needs, emotional needs and limits, and respecting them and honoring them, that's what authenticity is. So if you're being authentic, there's no need for the self-sabotage to be there. There's no need for coping to be there. There's no need for diseases to be there, because diseases are really just alarms alarming you that you are in alignment with yourself, your needs, your limits, your authenticity, your uniqueness, or the universal laws that apply to everyone, like circadian rhythm and things that you have to do to be healthy. So it's just the alarm really telling you that you are not in alignment. So here, self-sabotage essentially is then not being authentic. The reason we self-sabotage is because we are not being authentic. So that's the root cause of the self-sabotage that I found out. But yeah, the main reason, the main way people sabotage is with eating too much, I would say, whether it's healthy or unhealthy. I have so many people coming to me telling me, hey, I'm eating healthy, but I just cannot lose weight. What's going on with me? And I'm like, well, how much do you eat? And why do you eat? It's not about what you eat many times. So that's what I see. What do you think?
Yeah. Wow. No, that was great. I couldn't agree more. And there was so many things that you said in that really resonated. And especially the point that you made about self-sabotage, whatever it is somebody's doing serves a purpose for something else that they might not be seeing. And like you mentioned, it's emotions are at the root of like all of these things. And so um when the first person I heard really talk about this that really connected with me was Adam Sudd, and he was talking about how everybody just wants to feel safe, and the things that we do are basically just us trying to feel safe. And like you said, when you're inauthentic, I think subconsciously or deep down, that is a feeling where we don't feel safe in ourselves or who we are. And so by being disconnected from who we really are and not being able to express that, yeah, I don't think people feel safe, or they're just not in alignment with their soul's purpose, or the how they want to be. So yeah, just so many things that you said there that really just kind of we could do shows on all of those things separately. But
Yeah.
great, definitely a great place to start us off, and just highlighting the fact that again, it's not just what you eat, it's why you eat, and really discovering the deeper reasons behind what we're doing and what we're actually trying to fulfill by doing those things. So uh, spot on. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. And so mine is a little less deep, so mine's pretty surface level. But I'm just gonna start us off for mine. I'm gonna just say because of course I've got 5 star. I'm the 5 star salad guy, so I'm gonna say one thing that people do to sabotage or just to reduce their chances of being successful long term is eating enough leafy greens. I think that's something that I think a lot of people neglect and really could benefit from eating more greens. You can be a winner of this book if you ask a question today. But I think greens really provide the minerals, the micronutrients, a lot of the components that we need to satisfy, the different satiety mechanisms in the body, the stretch receptors, the nutrient receptors, and the micronutrient receptors that tell us that we're getting sufficient nourishment that shuts off that hunger drive. And so when I see people not eating enough greens, that's usually the same people that are binging. And of course, there's that emotional aspect to it that you just covered. But I think to help with even just becoming aware of our emotions, I think just the leafy greens, of course, are going to be good for the microbiome, and they're full of alkalizing nutrition that supports the immune system and all these different things that help our body get into a more parasympathetic state so that we can kind of feel more safe, or we feel more comfortable to start exploring some of these things that we might be dealing with deep down. But yeah, so I would just say what I've seen is people that don't get the health results that they're looking for often are neglecting leafy greens and eating salads and vegetables and things, and they're really just focused on fruit, which I'm a big fan of course, but they're just mostly eating fruits, and they're fasting and cleansing and all these things when and neglecting in the greens. So that's my first one. It's more basic than yours. So
I wouldn't say it's basic. I love that you are bringing in the nutritional side of the self-sabotage. I'm going to be talking a lot about emotional stuff. So
yeah,
I love that, and I couldn't agree more. I'm also a lot into greens. Fruit, I don't eat that much of I love fruit, of course I love fruit, but I focus on nutrient dense stuff, and that's what is going to make you thrive on this lifestyle long term. So I couldn't agree more. And the thing with fruit is that the fruit is not the fruit that it used to be. It's very hybridized. If you look at the pictures of how fruit used to be, what fruit used to be and what it is now, it's completely different. It's just like a sugar water, and there's not enough minerals, not enough nutrients in the soil anywhere. So I'm focusing on that nutrition, and getting more minerals and getting that nutrient dense foods into you is going to help, of course.
yeah.
I love that point.
Well, thank you so much. All right, what do you got next for us?
Okay, what do I have next for us? The next thing I think people sabotage their health with is rushing to feel better instead of getting better at feeling. Like rushing to feel better, making yourself happy instead of like sitting with the feelings and getting to know why they are there. You rush to feel better and go eat, go distract yourself, go work out, go do something, go work, whatever it is. So distracting yourself and rushing to feel better instead of getting better at feeling, that's a big one as well. And it really comes from the childhood, because what we are taught is, hey, do you feel sad? Here's a cookie, here's ice cream, let me cheer you up. So just parents themselves feel very unsafe with their own emotions and were not able to hold space and be present with us, which is what we needed as children, to just be present with us so that we can go through the feeling and let it go, because that's what emotions are. It's not that if you focus on your feelings, you're gonna get stuck in them and get depressed. The emotions wants to get through you. It's the energy. So if you give it attention, it holds. And there's an important thing, it holds a very important piece of information of your personal truth, which if you get, you can implement in your life, and so that you eliminate the stressor that causes that emotion instead of just coping with the emotions. So I see emotions as very helpful, as like a compass in the life, and more sensitive you are, more in touch you are with your feelings, your emotions, the better, because you get that important piece of information. You can apply it into your life, and you can create the life you want to live instead of coping with the one you don't want to live. And yeah, it's really the highest level of self-abandonment when you give yourself a message that I'm only going to be with you and sit with you. I only want to be with you when you're happy. When you feel anything else than happiness, anything uncomfortable, I don't want to be around you. That's the highest level of self-abandonment. And when we do that, we learn to hold space for us and also space for others, which is, I think, the most important thing, because only then you can stop self-sabotage and coping with the with eating and really any other kind of sabotage you do. So being more comfortable with the feelings, increasing the capacity to feel, which is what I help people with. It's really not our fault because we are not taught to do that. It's crazy that no one teaches you to do that. And many of caregivers are very afraid to face their own emotions and be around the emotions as well. And how emotions are viewed is so bad in this world, and that's what I'm striving to change, to change the perception of emotions people have. So yeah, not rushing through your feelings and making yourself feel better real quick, but that capacity to feel and holding space for yourself and sit with yourself and getting the piece of information that you need to eliminate the stressor so that you don't have to cope. You don't have to have those emotions and cope with them. That's what it is for me.
I love that. Another really great point. Yeah, definitely. Patience is something that I mentioned in 21, not to keep promoting my stuff, but 21 Day Raw Transformation Program. Part of the 3 Ps that I talk about. Patience is a big one. And that is so true that, people that don't give themselves the time to go through the process and sit with themselves, like you said, and just, be present with what's, what's taking place, and just allowing that to unfold. People just want overnight results, and they want to, have that Instagram perfect life, and, just turn everything around in the blink of an eye, and it's not how it works. And so having patience is, it's so important. So I'm glad that you talked about that. Yeah, really good stuff.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. All right. My next one is not, let's see, which one do I want to do? I have like 3 or 4 written down. I'm going to go with, I'm going to say not being flexible enough on their path, and, really kind of, again, I talk about this a lot briefly, is, the tightrope of compliance is what I like to just refer to it as. It's people that give themselves such little flexibility to, live, to whether it's their diet or their lifestyle. Um, that anytime they run into a situation that's outside of their everyday routine, or they're stressed from work or relationships or whatever it is, um, it that pushes them off of their tightrope, if you want to call it that, and leads them to doing all these sorts of things that they have been trying not to do. So whether it's like eating junk food, ultra processed foods, or whatever it is, that's again going back to the emotional side of thing, where they want to soothe themselves and comfort themselves without really understanding the reason why. But it's that little bit of stress or inconvenience or just um, unfamiliarity with whatever what's going on in their day. It just leads them to binge and just get off their path. And so um, just what I have found even in my own life, but just seeing other people as well, is that when you give yourself some strategic boundaries that give you a little bit of flexibility and allow you to utilize different things in terms of diet. We'll just say steamed vegetables or some whole cooked plant foods. If they're going out for a wedding or they're going to a party or a holiday gathering or something, and they're just so set on being 100% raw or whatever it is. Now, myself personally, I draw the line at vegan, so I wouldn't eat anything that's not a plant. But in terms of like cooked food, I started to give, this was several years ago, I started to give myself more flexibility in terms of, eating. And then there's still boundaries there, but I'll allow myself to eat things like steamed vegetables or even like a lentil loaf or, various things like that. And so I don't get too caught up in the little details of, what I might eat randomly versus looking at it from a holistic point of view, where yeah, if I'm not in my ideal situation, I'll stay within my boundaries, but I'll give myself some flexibility to um get through the day in a way that's still what I consider to be healthy, even if it's not ideal. And so I think having that mindset is important for people to make it long term, rather than just saying, if there's not something at the family gathering or on a trip that I'm taking, I'll just fast. And while that might work for some people, and that's fine if it does, but if you're not one of those people that can just fast through Christmas dinner or New Year's party or whatever it is, um, then you're gonna be more likely to give in to whatever junk food or anything that they've got there. So yeah, I would just say setting strategic boundaries that give you the flexibility to maneuver in a way where you stay healthy, you stay on your healthy path, but even if it's not ideal, you still have the foundation set that allows you to continue moving forward in a productive and positive way, rather than backsliding and compromising past what you believe is what you find acceptable. So yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one. It is a really good one, because you can only control so much, right? I mean, you can prepare as much as you want, and there are things you can control, things that you cannot control. So you can
Right.
only control so much, and you can only prepare so much. And really, the thing is, people have such negative self-talk and shame and issues with that, that if you work with that, then yeah, you become more flexible with what you allow and not, but you still have boundaries, and because you respect those limits of what you have, which makes you feel good and what makes you feel healthy. So I cannot agree more with that. That's the reason why I call myself high raw vegan, not raw vegan, even though most
Same.
of the time I'm 100% raw vegan.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I wouldn't go for a cooked meal. like the whole cooked meal, but there are things that I add sometimes that if I want to, or if I'm somewhere that the steamed something is the only thing available, yeah, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, those labels of like being strict and all of that, yeah, that's something that can really prevent the progress as well. And so allowing yourself flexibility and knowing that you're doing with the best with what you have, that's great. And focusing on preparing as much as you can. I always say prepare, prepare, prepare.
Yeah.
If you're not, what's that saying? Oh, if you fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
of course you have to prepare, but there's only so much you can control. So those things you cannot control, really. You have to allow yourself some grace with that as well, and some flexibility, just like you said, the window you can do so that you don't go all the way into the pit hole when you when you fail or something. That's I love that point. That's great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for your third one?
The third one is what you just mentioned before, is the patience and being patient with, I mean, if you are impatient with yourself, you expect to be the best immediately instead of just giving yourself time to go through your journey. And like, for example, you get to the gym expecting yourself to lift 100 pounds immediately, and it's just like sets you up for failure.
Yeah.
It's not possible. So understanding that you are where you are on your journey, and it's okay where you are. You have to get the map and see where you are on the map so that you can line up the way to where you want to be. If you don't know where you are and you don't accept where you are, you cannot line up the way to where you want to be. So seeing where you are, making it okay, because no hero's movie starts with the hero being the hero.
Right.
It's always you have to start somewhere, and it's okay. It's about um it's about making it okay and understanding that it's the consistency of the small actions that create change, not the big events, not the big single events. So consistency of small, consistent actions and work. That was so hard for me to accept. That was really hard. I was like, why am I here in the gym lifting this little tiny dumbbell if I can probably do more? And I'm like, no, I mean, take it step by step. Take it as the only way to create a change. If that was the only way to create a change, to take one step at a time and do consistent things, small things every day, then you would not really have any other way to complain about it because you see it as the only way. So that I see it as the only way. Sometimes, yeah, you can progress really well with things in your life, but most of stuff that creates change is consistent little actions. So patience, acknowledging where you are in your journey, and seeing it as okay.
Perfect. Wow. Those are again, perfect point, and I couldn't agree more. Yeah, preparing is like you got to learn how to prepare no matter what your goals are. Like if you're not
In this
preparing,
world,
yeah,
yeah, right.
right. And I would say you have to even I don't know if it's the same thing, but you have to like recondition yourself, like you said, especially in this environment that we're in today. Like so much distraction, and all the companies are out there trying to get your attention, and all social media and all these things. It's very easy to get distracted, and you could spend an entire afternoon just scrolling through Instagram and you wonder why you're not reaching whatever goal you're looking for. And so yeah, really honing in your focus and developing that focus muscle, to help you prepare for whatever you need to do. I think that's a great thing to highlight is preparation, and being aware of your environment that you're putting yourself in that's going to allow you to be successful or not.
Hmm. Yeah, I think we have to acknowledge as well that this world, I mean, we live in such an unhealthy world. It's so hard to be healthy in this unhealthy world. So it takes tremendous amount of um, taking responsibility of your health to be healthy. So yeah, we have to really acknowledge that that it's really hard. If it was easy, everybody would be healthy.
Right.
Um, but that's what we can do, and we have to if we want to be happy and healthy. So yeah, I agree.
All right. Terrific. All right. I hope everybody's out there taking notes because there's a lot of great information here. All right. My third one, and to round us off here, I think I will go with so something that I encourage people to do is to learn from a variety of people and sources and not to just stick with, one or two sources of information to really gain a full understanding of, whatever you're doing, whether it's the diet or your lifestyle or anything else. Now, I mean, you could just learn from Katarina and I, and you'd probably be fine. But I don't recommend it because I don't want everybody. I don't want people to just mimic what I do dietary wise or lifestyle wise. Everybody's unique and they have their own life circumstances and their own situations that, what I'm doing might not exactly work for somebody else. So I always tell people, don't just follow what I do, just take the information that I give you and see what works for you and, adjust as needed. But always question is something that I think is another thing that people can kind of sabotage their success is not questioning the information that they receive from people, including myself. Take what I say and question it, research it, do your own research. That's the point. Is do your own research. As Don Bennett says, no relation. He says, be a researcher, not a student. We're all kind of taught to be students, which we just sit in a classroom and we just take what the teacher tells us as fact. And we don't have a chance to really become a researcher and do, question, we can do that, but not many people do it. You don't question, what we're being told. And so again, like really doing your own experimentation, your own research to either verify, something that you hear somebody say, or, show that maybe that's not the best option for you. So yeah, I would just say be a researcher and don't just take what I say or what anybody else says as absolute how you should do something yourself or as absolute fact. Research what I say or what anybody else says, and yeah, just be aware that everybody's unique, and as Katarina helps people do, is that become healthy in their own unique, authentic way. Because again, we're all on our own path, and we all have different emotional and just backgrounds that we come from. So yeah, just do your best to sift through the information and take what works and what doesn't, or leave what doesn't. So I guess that would be my last one, is just that get a variety of sources. Don't just listen to people that reaffirm what you already believe, and be open to learning new things and doing things different ways, and then you just formulate it into your own perfect way. That's what I've done, and that's what's helped me become successful. Achieving the best health of my life, and still doing great on this lifestyle. Is I've taken so many different people's ways of doing it and just kind of found what works for me, and yeah, done it that way. So not sure what your thoughts are on that.
Oh, so many thoughts I have. I wish I had pen with me. I didn't prepare. I can write it out and go through it. But yeah, definitely questioning. So many people don't question, and they just follow the herd. And it's so important because, you know, twins can have different kind of perception of their own childhood in the same home. So everyone
Right.
has different level of their journey, and whatever whatever we are saying here, people may be perceiving and taking in a different way. Everyone does, actually. So whatever applies to you, take it. Whatever resonates, take it. Whatever doesn't, just leave. We don't have to, fight each other's opinion either, because that's the cause of wars, not allowing each other to have opinion. Just live and let live. So that's what it is. But
Yeah.
yes, questioning and taking what resonates and leaving the rest. But the thing is, well, yeah, I love learning from other people too, and of course that's how you get into things. You see other people do these things, and you get curious, and you want to know more. You want to be like them, and do things like them. But the thing is, ultimate goal is here to listen to yourself, because you can only you know taking information from somebody else can only help you so much, because at some point you have to get connected with yourself, and stop reaching out to books, coaches, and everybody else, because the only help you can really apply that is going to apply in your life 100% is going to come from you, your authenticity. So reconnecting with your body, your authenticity, and respecting that. That's what needs to be done if somebody is trying to find help from other people too much, I would say. But where you are on your journey is okay. I was, we everyone is there somewhere on the journey, and I was like that too. And I still learn from other people, but most of the stuff that I apply to my life comes from within, and I believe that's what it should be.
Yeah. Totally. Same here. Yeah, I think that's why I call my channel Raw Intuition. That was like the first thing that I noticed as I started to eat more raw fruits and vegetables, is that I was starting to actually be able to connect with and hear and interpret my intuition, which I had been so disconnected from for, basically for as long as I could remember, anyways. Um, and yeah, once you can tap into that, and you can, just be, like you said earlier, be okay with like being present with yourself, and, learn to enjoy a little bit of silence in your day, find some time to just be silent.
Stare
And
at the wall. Yes, just schedule it. Stare at the wall.
yes,
It's
exactly.
going to you're going to get into yourself and see the chaos in yourself, and all the world that is inside you, and that's what you need to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit of silence, just like you said.
Yes, so true. So yeah, that's I think that's a good place to round us off, and just kind of leave everybody with I think there you shared some really good stuff in this show. So I'm sure everybody is going to rewatch the show multiple times, and make sure they really understand what you shared today. So thank you for all those great points and the great discussion. I really appreciate it. And we've
Thank
got,
you.
yes, people are loving the show in the comments here, so thanks everybody. Um, so yes, let's before we get into the Q&A, where's the best place for people to find you? And you said you had a community, is that right? Where can people find out about your community?
Yes, so I just I'll put the transformation masterclass out there where people can watch that. So if they go to authenticityrecovery.com, they can watch that there. But I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, so people can follow me there as well. It's Katarina Campbell. And authenticity recovery is what I've been working on and put out there just recently. And yes, I have the transformation bundle out there where people can sign up and get into my community as well and get some help as well. So authenticityrecovery.com.
Perfect. I will be sure to link that in the description box below after the show. So thank you so much. All right. Yes. Okay, let's hop into the Q&A room and let's get some questions answered. So, oh, I have, there we go. I had the wrong button pushed there. All right. So, let's get some questions going. I know we've already had a few popping in here, so thank you everybody for the great discussion you've got going on in the chat and all the questions that you have put in already and for what's to come. So let's see here. Sherry, what's up, Sherry? She said, this is a comment. She said, how to overcome trauma and deep-seated emotional issues. Great topic. Yes. Definitely encourage everybody to go out and check out Katarina's masterclass. That sounds incredible. I'm going to have to do the same thing. Let's see. Annie says greens are so important. Definitely. All right. Candace. What's up, Candace? Thanks for being here. Candace says, will greens help clear rough, bumpy skin on my face? Do you have any thoughts on that, or?
Rough, bumpy skin on the face. You know what? My face changed so much. I can't believe it. And I have the beauty video in my transformation bundle talking about how I changed the face and what you can do with the face. And rough, bumpy skin, it sounds like there is a lot of lymph that has been not moved and it needs to be cleared up. So yes, you can definitely get some help with that. I share in my video how I do the lymphatic massages, and that helps with lymph a lot. But I mean, of course, I don't see the person. I don't know the person. I don't know what they eat. I don't know what they do. So there's so much that would benefit them from talking to them personally. But rough, bumpy skin, I would focus on nutrition, of course, and the helping lymphatic system clean up. And bumpy skin, I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds like a lymphatic drainage issue to me.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I used to have little like bumpy spots on the backs of my arms. But once I switched over to this lifestyle, and it wasn't anything that I like thought about, or I wasn't trying to get rid of that, even though it's not like I wanted it there, but I know now they're completely gone. So, and that was many years ago. So I would say, yeah, I mean, like Katarina said, work on making sure that you're, supporting your lymphatic system. And I know Katarina shows videos on, you have like a tool, right? And I'm sure you talk about it in your masterclass, maybe a tool that you use to encourage lymphatic flow. So that's maybe something that they could incorporate.
That's definitely something. I don't know about the face. Face needs to be dealt with massage with the hands, but the rest of the body, oh yeah, of course, that tool helped me so much for lymphatic drainage and health of lymphatic system. That absolutely helps. Yep.
Yeah, terrific. And I would just say, perhaps, if you're eating oils, again, like Katarina said, I'm not sure exactly what your diet looks like or your anything else, so it's hard to exactly say, but I would say, if you're eating oil, to remove the oil out of your diet, and greens definitely I do think would be beneficial for that, because again, they are full of all those micronutrients, the chlorophyll, everything that you really need to help support the lymphatic system, as well as just the microbiome and the immune system. So it's a whole body effect. So it's not just going to focus on the face, but I think really, again, it's hard to like when you do something other than like a lymphatic drainage practice, when you consume anything like leafy greens, they're not just going to target like the face or anything. They're going to work on the whole body, right? So the body's a whole. It's not just little separated parts. So I think, eating a diet full of fresh fruits and leafy greens and, nuts and seeds, but I would stay, keep it decently low fat, would be my suggestion to help with maybe fixing or, removing some of those skin issues that you might be facing. And
Yeah,
products as well could be, if you're using a lot of lotions or, synthetic chemicals, that could perhaps be a factor. So I would try and clean out your, whatever, whether it's makeup or, body care products. Those could also be something that you might want to look at, finding cleaner sources if you're not already.
yeah, I agree. The skin is the largest detoxing organ on your body. So if you have issues with skin, it's the issue of detox. It's the sign that there's something that needs to be cleaned out. There's trying to get out. There's no other way for it to get out than through the skin. So supporting the eliminating pathways, the colon, urine, lymphatic system, sweating, all of that, breathing, is going to help with detox, so that the body doesn't have to push it through the skin and
Yeah.
make skin look bad. Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Let's see. Hope that helped, Candace. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Candace also she said, my hair is thinning. Will eating greens and smoothies help with this? Well, Katarina is clearly the hair expert, before I am, but I do know
Uh-huh.
Tanny Raw is one of the people that I first started following back in the day. She claimed that, she showed her hair really improved by increasing the amount of leafy greens that she ate. So I'm not sure what your experience has been, Katarina.
Well, yeah, it's going to help. I think I would target it with um focusing on nutrition and detox as well. But thinning hair signalizes that the scalp is just um covered with things that are not supposed to be in the scalp, and there's not enough nutrition. So yeah, the lymphatic drainage on the scalp as well, the tool that I have that I use on the head as well, is great for that. But again, um detox, I don't know the person, I don't know what they've done. So if they've done some detox, people usually have thinning hair after they do a lot of detox as well. So at some point when you stop detoxing, you have to start nourishing your body and getting a lot of nourishment. It's not, the detox should not be your whole life journey. It should be a period of detox where you detox and then remineralizing and nourishing your body on deep level as well. So again, where that person is in their journey, if they're after detox, then nourishing the body properly, that's the thing. If they haven't go through detox, then there's a lot to do with detox as well.
Yeah, great points. And I would say there's really no downside to increasing the amount of leafy greens that you eat. So, I would do that regardless. I'm not exactly sure how many greens that you eat, Candace, but that would be just a general recommendation from me, is that, it's really only going to provide benefit. So I don't think there's anything to lose by eating more leafy greens. And again, selfless plug, I'm going to say, my book, 5-Star Salad Revolution, would be a great place to start if you want to do that. So thank you so much. And I've been seeing some people say, Deb said leafy greens are excellent for hair. Annie said, yes, especially the greens. The greens have so many minerals. So yeah, I definitely think that could be, part of your hair and skin supporting protocol. Tessa says, I'm the kind of person who can just go without eating at like a gathering. Yeah, I've done that many times as well, but I know a lot of people don't do so well doing that. So I think it's good to have a little bit of flexibility if you need it. Judith says, Katarina said she Katarina said she doesn't call herself raw vegan. What term did she use?
I said raw vegan.
Yeah.
I mean, raw vegan, most of the time I'm raw vegan, but when I say I'm raw vegan and here I am adding some things like olives or some things that are not raw in my salad, and people have problem with that. So even though I'm most of the time 100% raw vegan, then I call myself high raw vegan, which is probably the same thing, but I don't really dwell on the labels that much.
Yeah.
It's really important. It's not really that important.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. And same with me. I'd be considered a high raw vegan too. All right. Maria says how. Oh, and Tessa said Matt is the goat. Thank you, Tessa. I appreciate that. Maria says how to tune into your intuition, how to listen to yourself more. I've had this issue since I was young. So what would you suggest to help somebody tap into their intuition and hear their inner voice?
Oh man, our inner voice gets just smashed and stepped on so much, so no wonder you have no inner voice. So that's what happens. That's what we have to do in order to prioritize attachment with our caregivers. That's where we give up and is on our authenticity and the inner voice, because it was so unsafe for you to be yourself and be connected with what you wanted, what you needed. You had to disconnect from that in order to stay safe, so that you stay close to the people that takes care of you and you don't threaten your survival. That's the genius strategy of our brain to keep us safe. But what keeps us safe when we are little destroys our life later on when we are adults. And that's the healing we have to go through to get in touch with the authenticity. And how do we do that is to slowly getting in touch with the body, because body's feelings, the sensations are what your authenticity is speaks to you through your body's, through the sensations and feelings. So feelings are the language of your authenticity, your intuition. So getting in touch with those feelings and sensations, getting in touch with body, that's where the feelings lay, is the step. That's what we need to do. That's exactly what I talk about in my course. It's for people who are disconnected from their feelings, their authenticity, and also for people who are connected with their authenticity, but they have hard time with that self-sabotage as well. So connecting with the feelings, with sensations, I have the exercises there that you can do. The great exercise for that is to set a timer and just during the day and observe your body. What do you feel? What sensations do you feel? And I have a list of sensations, list of feelings that you can go through and connect them. And then I have the different exercise with feelings, the same thing. You do that, and then that's the only way to connect back with your intuition, because that's how intuition speaks to you, through your feelings, through your body's sensations.
Perfect. Love it. Thank you so much. Couldn't agree more. Judith says, Katarina, what do you eat in a day?
So that varies so much. Right now, I go through these phases. Like I'm so much into something, one thing, and then different thing, and that's how it's been since I remember. Few weeks, few months, I go through. I'm excited to eat something, and then it changes. Right now, I'm into green smoothies. I used to, and before that, I was into sprouts a lot and microgreens. Right now, I'm into green smoothies. And the dressing that I love is walnuts, tomato, pepper, and what is tomato, pepper, apple, walnut, and some chia seeds, lemons, and dates. That's the one I enjoy so much right now. And what do I eat in a day? You know what? It varies. Women have different monthly cycle than men, so it's so different. Sometimes I feel like eating more, sometimes I feel like eating less, and it's affected by hormones, and that's what we need to respect. So getting in touch with your femininity, your cycle, and seeing what you need to do what you want to eat, that's very helpful. What I do during the day, I start with the most hydration I can get in the morning, no matter what it is. So whether it's a juice, a lemon water, or anything else, that would be in the morning, or just go straight to the smoothie. And then a salad. Sometimes I eat a couple times a day, sometimes once a day. So it depends on the day. But what I do is go through the easiest way to digest food, and then progress to the salad, which takes a little longer to digest. So combining food sequencing is important here, but it really depends on what day I am in my cycle, and to respect that, and how do I feel. It's intuitive feeling, and emotional eating and intuitive feeling are really different things. So don't mix those two together.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's important to.
I don't know if I answered that, but okay. Well, today so far that I had that green smoothie. I can tell you.
Nice. So green smoothies right now are kind of your go-to thing.
Yeah, green smoothies, and then that salad with leafy greens. Oh, arugula! I love arugula right now. I don't know why. so yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much. All right, let's see. Judith would like to know, how do you explain the lymphatic system to somebody who is not aware of it?
How do you explain? Okay, I have a good one. I
Let's
have
hear
a
it.
good one. Okay, imagine a cell. So you have so many cells in the body, and there's a fluid around those cells, and every single cell poops, and it has to go somewhere. It goes around in that fluid. It's called interstitial fluid, and that's the lymphatic fluid. So that fluid between the cells is what lymphatic system is. A lymphatic system is about, and lymphatic system does not have a pump, unlike cardiovascular system that has hearts to pump the blood into the veins and parts of your body. Lymphatic system doesn't have a blood, so it's purely dependent on muscle movement and massage to help with that. So you explain it to people by telling them that it's the fluid around the cells, and every single cell poops, and it has to go somewhere. It's like a sewer system. Then it has to be moved, and when there's a lot of toxicity in that lymphatic fluid, that's cells cannot function in that environment. They get sick. So yeah, helping with lymphatic system is a great way. I don't know if I explained it too well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounded good to me. I love the garbage, the sewer system analogy.
Yeah.
I first heard that from Dr. Morse, and I mean, that made the most sense to me, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, just it's your sewer system. Like Katarina said, every cell poops, so it needs somewhere to go. If your toilet was broken, or somebody taped it shut or something, you couldn't open it, it'd get pretty nasty in your house pretty quickly, and it would be a good environment for, some illness to occur. So yeah, I think you nailed it. And I would just call it a sewer system to somebody. If somebody asked you what it is, it's your cells, it's your body's sewer system.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Couple more. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maria said after a juice fast, she lost a lot of hair and incorporated greens and barley grass, and she saw massive improvements in her hair. So there you go. Duram says, what's the best way to get into your program, Katarina? And what are the changes we should expect in our diet and emotional health?
Okay, the best way to get into my program is to go to authenticityrecovery.com, where you can watch my transformation masterclass. That's the first step I would say to do, and then get my transformation bundle, which is like I said, the bundle of the authenticity recovery course, being in my membership group, where you can ask personal questions and get the most amount of help right now, because it's not that full right now. So I can get you my whole attention right now. It's the best time to join right now. And you also get the authenticity recovery with the video course, and then exercise video, the beauty routine video, my favorite recipes. So authenticityrecovery.com is where you get that. And what you can expect is, of course, depends on how committed you are and how much you want to commit to this journey. But really, what I teach people is I combine that raw vegan help of raw vegan foods with emotional healing, because they go hand in hand together. When you start to eat healthy, you have the emotions come out. When you do emotional healing, you naturally want to eat healthier foods. So it just goes hand in hand together. I realized, and what you can expect is definitely getting more in touch with your authenticity, the feelings, and I teach how to increase the capacity to feel, so that we don't have to rush to make ourselves feel better with the coping and sabotaging and all of that, and to build we are able to build the life we want to live instead of coping the one we don't want. So authenticityrecovery.com, that's the way to go.
Amazing. Amazing. I think everybody needs to check that out for sure. Let's see here. Maria says, do you have cravings on your cycle since being raw?
Do I have cravings on my cycle? I would say I do. If I have cravings for something unhealthy, I try to find a healthier option. I do have cravings, I would say, for sweets and stuff like that. So dates are my go-to. But the thing is, cravings are many times the detox symptom. So whenever you have the craving, it's sign that there is something in your blood, or it might be connected with emotional stuff. Craving something. It depends what it is really as well. And I see cravings as a detox symptom. So dealing with those cravings as well, the way to deal with the cravings is important. For example, if I crave mac and cheese, it's not gonna, I can allow the part of me that craves the mac and cheese, give it to it consciously and not getting into it physically. There is a reason why we crave that comfort food, or there might be a reason behind it. So it may signal that you are craving comfort, being comforted, being soothed, being helped, somebody to take care of you that moment. So there are so many things. It depends on what it is. And yeah, I do have cravings sometimes, but there are different ways of how I deal with them.
Nice. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Last question that I can see is from Candace, and she said, is it best to eat raw or high raw for dry skin and low energy?
Dry skin and low energy. Dry skin. Okay. High raw or fully raw? I wouldn't say it's that much of a difference, high raw and fully raw. It depends on high raw. High raw can be anything up from 51% and up, right? We would consider that higher raw. But of course, dry skin is, I would say, what I saw in myself and my clients is a result of having parasites in your body and eczema and dry skin and all of that. So cleaning up detox, skin is very connected to the gut health. So improving gut health, I would say that would be important. And even if you eat raw, I would say I ate raw for such a long damn time, and then I did the 21-day water fast in Costa Rica. That was really mentally helpful for me. But when I did the juice fast, I got out so much mucoid plaque that was crazy, and the candida that was the mucoid plaque was covered with candida, the white candida, and all of that. So it helped me so much to get through the juice fast. My body was so ready. After 14 days, I was like done with mucoid plaque. So my body was ready because it was hydrated from inside out for so long, so many years. But so juice fast I would say helps a lot with the detoxing the gut. That's connected with the skin. If you don't want to do juice fast, again, it depends on what you can do, what you're committed to do. Do the best you can. Yeah. If you can do high raw, do high raw. If you are able to do fully raw, do fully raw. If you're able to go further and do the juice fast, do the juice fast for as long as you need to get that out, and then re-nourish the body. So I can help more speaking with you personally. This is really hard to answer questions, not seeing the person and I'm not able to ask the question.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say to help.
Yeah, no, that was great. And yeah, I think really having a hydrating diet, and like you said, supporting the gut. I think those are two of the biggest things you can do for dry skin and low energy. And if you're having low energy, it's usually a sign that there's some sort of obstruction in the body. So yeah, like you just maybe you're just eating too much, or you're eating too heavy of foods, or like Katarina said, a juice fast could be a good way to clean the gut and and the lymphatic system out. So yeah, there's so many ways to approach it, but like she said, just do your best and definitely reach out to Katarina for assistance if you need it. All right. Thank you so much, Katarina. I don't see any other questions, so I think that's where we are going to cut off the questions, and I will bring in the wheel of names here so that we can pick our winner of the gifts, the prizes. So let's pull that in here. Here it comes. Hold on here. It's a little off center. Oops. Oh no. What did I do? There we go. Got it. There we go. All right. So there's 4 people. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, yell at me quick before I press the button. But we've got Candace, Maria, Judith, and Duram. So we're going to give all of our, gifts to one of these 4 people. Okay, I don't see any objections in the chat that I missed anybody, so let's click to see who wins. Maria, there you go. Maria is the winner of Maria. If you don't have any of my ebooks, I'll get you one of my ebooks. You'll get access to, everybody can check out Katarina's master class for free. So definitely check that out. But you'll also get a discount on her, the bundle.
Transformation.
Yes, the bundle. And so, yeah, definitely email me at matt@myrawintuition.com. Oh, and you're also going to get a gift from Sherry Craves Fruit. I see her in the chat right now. And she is going to throw in a PDF copy of her new book. Everybody check it out. I'll put that in the link in the description box as well. It is called, Sherry, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the Pocket Guide to Selecting Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. It's something like that. Sorry, Sherry. But it is So I ordered it. I should have it on Monday, so I'm excited to have that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna get it. So yeah, excited to get the paperback copy. But you guys will get, or Maria, you're gonna get the ebook version of that guide. So amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for your great questions. And thank you, Katarina, for being amazing and giving up, all your wisdom and knowledge that you've gained over the last, especially over the last decade of living this lifestyle and really healing emotionally and getting in touch with your intuition and, everything that you've done to heal at the level that you've done. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for having me. I'm a big fan of you.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
so long. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
My honor. Thank you. All right. Well, everybody, thank you as well for being here. I always appreciate everybody for showing up and asking your questions and just being part of the community here. So next week, join us again. We'll have another guest, same time, same place, and we'll give away some more gifts and some more knowledge for you. All right. Well, I hope to see you then. And until then, always follow your raw intuition.